$150 billion.
Our entitlement is not paid regularly. Even the state government still failed to pay us 17 months arrears, which the federal government had paid.
We want to give the Lagos State our servants that owe us money. Only 1 month to pay.
Segun Adewale, an imperative of a paradigm shift in Lagos West Senatorial District. Over the years, the plight of Lagos West Senatorial District of Lagos State in Nigeria's southwest geopolitical zone can best be likened to that of the proverbial country cousin, who is occasionally invited to family parties thrown by wealthier relatives, but never allowed to dance or sample the delicacies on offer.
As you can see, we only maintain this road by ourselves. The community, we maintain it ourselves. We collect money and buy the sand we use in filling the road, making the road passable. If not, nobody could pass here without our effort.
Lagos West is in a solid state, no doubt, and that saddens me. Since my growing up days in this district, there has been no significant socio-economic infrastructural development. For instance, I grew up in Abuja. I remember when I was going to Oriwo College Ikorodu around 80s. Since about 25 years ago, the same woman that normally sell ewa going behind my street, she's still selling the same ewa going with the same pot. You know, in the same street, the same untarred road is still there up to today, and there's no change. There's no significant difference between from 25 years ago till date.
Since colonial and post-colonial times, the area now known as Lagos West Senatorial District has always languished in the doldrums of human capital and infrastructural underdevelopment, so near and yet so far from the gloss and glitter of places like the Lagos Central Senatorial District, with its relatively high level of development in the pockets of prosperity such as Lagos Island, Ikoyi and Surulere, where society's socio-economic and political elite as well as the upper middle class have their homes, offices and leisure hangouts.
There's no sign of development in my community, even ordinary street sign. I was one who talked to Fashola that even the commonest form of development, which is street sign, is not available. That's why you can see sign almost everywhere in Alimosho. But as I'm talking to you now, you can't get anything that has to do with government pipe-borne water in any area in our community.
But at no time has this disparity been more severe than in the last 15.5 years since the inception of the present democratic dispensation. The actions or deliberate inaction of the administrations of Bola Tinubu and Babatunde Fashola, which have governed the state since 1999, have only served to compound the poverty and hopelessness that has been the lot of the inhabitants of this area.
Our elected representatives are not responsible to the people. They are only responsible to the leaders, either in Bodilon or in Osun State.
Lagos West, which has the largest landmass and population of the state's 3 senatorial districts, and comprises as many local government areas as the other 2 senatorial districts combined, including Alimosho, the largest and most densely populated local government area in the entire country, and West Africa, has ranked extremely low in the developmental priorities of these 2 administrations.
Let me give you a quick background of the region. It comprises of 10 local government areas and is home to over 60% of the entire population of the state. Also, this region has the highest electoral value in Nigeria based on the 2011 national election results. In essence, it's about 50% of the total vote cast in Lagos. It is home to about 10 million Nigerians, with majority of them non-indigenous. It is the most marginalized and most neglected part of the state.
In line with the All Progressives Congress APC's peculiar concept of development, which seems to believe that the only way to abolish poverty is to abolish poor people and then resurrect them in time for elections, the APC governments of Tinubu and Fashola have invested huge resources and energy in erecting mega projects with questionable impact on the welfare and empowerment of the people, and then situated these projects, such as the Eco-Atlantic City, in already developed areas of the state, thereby widening the yawning gap between the halves of Lagos Central and the have-nots of Lagos West.
I've done Kabu before. I know what it is to be poor. I know what you are going through. And that's why my emphasis has been on the downtrodden in our community. And if you give me the opportunity to represent you, I promise I will do your bit. I'm not representing the minority godfathers. I promise to bring down development right to the nooks and crannies of our community.
We're here to celebrate Segun Adewale, a.k.a. Aero, the man who rose from grass to grace and still went back to connect to his community, his bases.
Cometh the moment, as they say, cometh the man. Over the years, the man Segun Adewale, who is running for a seat in the Nigerian Senate on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, in the forthcoming elections, has demonstrated in word and in action his rejection of the paradigm of hopelessness that the people of Lagos West Senatorial District have endured for so long. And especially since 1999, when the Tinubu oligarchy assumed control of the affairs of Lagos State. Popularly known as Aeroland, he has touched countless lives and changed the fortunes and destinies of many.
99% of the people I have employed in my company are from the less privileged. Philanthropy for me is a passion. It is what I live for. And since 1994 to today, I've been doing projects for my community. What I've done now in our local government, if you want to compare it with what the 6 LCDA chairmen have done, you can never compare it at all. Till today, it's on record that 90% of my income is being spent on the poor in my community.
His concern for the well-being of his fellow men and women has permeated every aspect of his personal, social, and business life.
Over the years, I've controlled over 30 boreholes. In the same Alimosho, I've built a block of classroom and donated it to school. I have constructed bridges in the same Alimosho local government around 2010. I've controlled about 13 roads with my own personal fund, not even government. I opened up Egon community to the world. There's no road linking Egon in my community. People die just because of 10,000 or 15,000 medical fee. So what do? I liaise with an hospital called Zen Medical Center. I give them money every month for people that can afford to pay their medical bills. It happened in Mushin. One man called Babalawo who cannot afford to pay a medical bill of 15,000 and he died. Right now, he has left 2 children over, and I'm the one taking over the children. And I'm the one paying the school fees since 2011 till date.
Tẹ́bá wo nu compound bí nsìn, kò sí drainage, kò sí gutter, kò sómi. It's only one person that recognized nígbà yẹn. The name of that person is Honorable Segun Aeroland. Tó wá òun ló ṣe bọ́ òun fún wa nílùú.
Since that time that I lose my husband, Aeroland is taking care of me and my children. Even my children that is going to school today is Aeroland. This man, he no look for whether you be Christian. He say, okay, you want to help Christian. Whether you be Muslim, you want to help Muslim. No, he's not doing partiality. He's helping everybody.
Ti Aeroland yìí, ọmọ tó péyégé ni, ọmọ tí ìpurọ́ ni, olódodo ọmọ ni. N tó pinnu fún wa, ó ṣe fún wa, ìbáṣe yòókù ilẹ̀ ni wọ́n fún wa ọmọ gidi ni kò tí ì déjọba ó ń ṣe ń tó yẹ kó ṣe tó bá déjọba tán yóò kọjá kékeré.
What I've done now in Alimosho local government, if you want to compare it with what the 6 LCDA chairmen have done, you can never compare it at all. Despite the fact that they refuse funding, free funding from the federal government and the state government.
For this reason, he reserves his harshest criticism for the chieftains of the APC in Lagos State and the minions at the local level who wield their power like a weapon of oppression over the people rather than a shield of protection.
Decency and politics in Nigeria are strange bedfellows. In Nigeria today, we have supposedly decent people in our political landscape who have not delivered anything tangible to the people who elected them in the first place.
Aeroland shares the profound sense of disappointment many Lagosians feel with the APC, a party which claims to be progressive and pro-people, but whose every action and policy is dictated solely by the will of one man, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who rules from his exalted castle on Bodilon Road, Ikoyi, and chooses the party's candidates according to his personal whim. In office, these underlings owe their loyalty only to Tinubu, leaving true progressives and populists such as Segun Adewale to do with their own resources what every responsible government is supposed to do for its people.
Let me shock you to how Lagos State governments have neglected my community. There's a place called Akinola community. Akinola community, there's a river that passed through, that community from Abule Egba, Akinola to Aboru, back to Mosholashi during the rainy season. There's always flooding of the banks of that river. What do you have? People are dying because the river will overflow its bank. And what do you have? We have flooding in our community. We have properties being destroyed by the flood. We've complained severally for about 8 years. In 2011, I dredged the river. It took me almost about 11 million naira for me to finish it.
Apparently, the immense size, population and political value of the Lagos West Senatorial District, and especially Alimosho local government area, are of no consequence to the APC except during elections, a fact which strikes Aeroland as grossly unfair, akin to the proverbial killing of the goose that lays the golden eggs. This paradox of gross neglect in spite of his demographic status and electoral value is one that Aeroland feels compelled to redress in his coming role as Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
For the past 20 years, I have amassed experience managing world-class businesses. That is what I'm bringing to the parliament. It is not about the party being accepted by the people, rather not having credible options in terms of policy towards development. The people that are there will not represent you. They don't even know what being poor really is. Even if they know, they are given the opportunity by the leaders, not you. You are the one I'm counting on. You are the one I'm relying on. You are the one I'm counting on to send me to the parliament. I promise if given the opportunity, development will trickle down. You need me to go up there to represent you.
The goldfish does not have a hiding place. We're here to push Senator Segun Adewale, if you mind if I use that language, to let him represent Lagos West at the Central. And I tell you, 4 years that we are going to experience will never be the same again.
Segun Adewale is well aware of the fact that as a legislator, his role will primarily entail lawmaking and oversight responsibilities, in contrast to an executive position where one could directly implement policies that touch people's lives. But he hopes to use his office as a senator to influence such policies for the benefit of his constituency, as well as to fight for a society in which the poor, the aged, the sick, and the unemployed are afforded a social safety net, which is the primary duty of every responsible government.
When elected to represent Lagos West Senatorial District, I will lobby my colleagues to ensure that Section 2 of the Nigerian Constitution, which guarantees every Nigerian basic social security, is adhered to strictly. This is critical if we must move forward as a people. In other words, government must be responsible for taking care of the weak and the vulnerable in the society, just as it addressed the needs of the middle class and others.
Of course, nothing less could have motivated such a high-minded and progressive person as Segun Adewale to enter the murky waters of Nigerian politics, a terrain which many seem to think is exclusive preserve of the charlatans, thugs and crooks in our society. Unlike many youths and elites who have detached themselves from active politicians only to complain when people of lesser mettle begin to mismanage their lives and affairs with wrong-headed policies, Aeroland will stand up to be counted on the side of positive change and true progress.
My priority task in the National Assembly will be to push for legislation that will make it mandatory for every adult above 18 years of age to participate fully in governance. This will be achieved by ensuring that registration of new voters is open and ongoing. Like for instance, what's going on in Nigeria is we have registration of voters every 4 years. How do you get people to participate in politics when you register people once every 4 years, and in that 4 years it takes about 2 weeks or 3 weeks for people to participate? How about people that are 18 this year? That means they're going to wait till 2019 before they can register. Invariably, a lot of people will be disenfranchised. But by God's grace, I will make sure that we push into law anybody above 18 or 18 and above to register. If I can give 10 million naira as charity, as way back as 2012, imagine me collecting over 500 million as constituency allowance. Just imagine what that money we do in our community. Imagine how many boreholes, imagine how many roads we will construct with that money. Imagine how many schools we will build. Imagine what we can do to schools, how we can equip school to the standard of the same school, the same public school in Ikoyi. I'm telling you, if you give me the opportunity, there will be accountability. Whatever money is being given to me, I will tell you every quarter how that money is being spent and how much money is being given to me.
Another area of legislation in which he hopes to be a force for positive change is on the plight of motorcycle riders, popularly known as Okada, who many stakeholders agree have gotten the short end of the stick from the APC administrations in the state, especially considering the overwhelming support they gave to Governor Fashola's election bids in 2007 and 2011. A classic case of APC's use them and dump them approach to social engineering.
Some people that they are traders, transporter, or other people, they are languishing in the jail because of what they are going to eat.
I gba ọ̀kadà lọ́wọ́ mi ní the 12th of October 2014. Wọ́n gbà ní my two ní Abúlé Àdó, àwọn Trade Fair Police Station. Wọ́n dẹ̀ kó lọ Salausa. Since then, I survive pẹ̀lú family, easy.
In 2012, I don't have a 10 million naira for empowerment program. You know, this money is essentially for the poor in our community. You can start the loan without collateral. What we do with the loan is just that somebody must be able to identify that you are part of us in our community, you know, and we have no choice than to give you the loan. That loan is a revolving loan. But unfortunately, most of them use most of the funds to procure Okada. But what do you have now? You can't use Okada anymore in our community. The source of their livelihood has been taken away from them because of the draconian law being passed by Fashola. But paradoxically, the same Okada was used to support Fashola ambition in 2011. In fact, I can remember vividly, Lagos State government even provide free Okada to the Okada drivers in 2011 to perpetuate Fashola's election. But what do you have? After the election, the elements were taken away, Okada too was taken away. So unfortunately for me, most of the money I gave them to buy Okada in 2012 went down the drain because of the policy of this administration.
Another example of APC's perfidy, for which reason they can no longer be trusted by the right-thinking people of Lagos State and Lagos West in particular, is their policy on slum dwellers and other downtrodden members of our society. Today, thanks to the combined policies of Tinubu, Fashola and their local minions, these people can best be described as internally displaced people after being relocated from their ancestral communities with no satisfactory alternatives being made for them, while their previous abodes were parceled out and sold to the politicians and their rich cronies.
We don't vote for Tinubu with Fashola. The result what he say he give us now to break our ass, put us for condition, and he say make APC wait for this Lagos again. APC cannot win. Make APC go rest, make another PDP take over.
About bridging the gap between the rich and the poor. It's about giving dignity to the vulnerable, to the poor. Of course we can achieve it. That's what life should be about. That's what governance should be about.
Aeroland's ability to bring about such a reversal in the profile and fortunes of the ordinary people has been proved time and again, as its generosity is matched by the combination of sound business acumen, dogged determination, diligence, single-minded focus, and common sense that has accounted for the success of his enterprises, most notably his flagship, the Aeroland group of companies.
I see a Lagos West that is comparable to other districts in the state, where all Lagosians will have access to quality education, good health care, motorable routes, and the likes, no matter what language they speak or which region they belong to. Where can we, for instance, have Christmas lights and decorations in Nigeria, in Yalakwaja, just like we have in Ikoyi? Are we less Lagosians in Lagos West? I also see Abanoje Road in the nearest future, in Alimosho, looking posh like Bodilon or Osborne Road in Ikoyi. I like to see Ojuwoye Market in Mushin, looking like the ultra-modern Tejuosho Market in Yaba. As a matter of urgency, basic necessity of life must be provided to the masses, irrespective of whether they live in Lekki or in Badagry. As a member of the ruling party, it will be very easy to lobby the federal government to redirect socio-economic and infrastructural development to my senatorial district. Emphasis should not be on Lagos Central and Lagos East. And very importantly, Lagos West is the largest and most populous region in the country. And as such, it deserves special attention.
The prospect of Aeroland's emergence as the senator for Lagos West Senatorial District has generated no small amount of excitement across the length and breadth of the area, especially among those whose lives he has affected so profoundly over the years. Their appreciation for his selfless philanthropy, coupled with their sheer frustration with the way their lives have been circumscribed by cynical and unscrupulous politicians since 1999, is set to translate into overwhelming support for his historic bid for the Senate, as he prepares for this rendezvous with destiny and an opportunity to take his selfless service to the people of the zone and to Lagos State and Nigeria as a whole to a whole new level.
Governance is about new ideas, competence, and vision. My focus and passion is to influence passage of bills that will improve the socio-economic and infrastructural development of our people.
Àwọn bọ̀dá wa ti bí APC àfi bá wọn jẹ́ òyìnbó àfígbà lọ́wọ́ mi yéèjì ju kí wọ́n ṣe dáadáa sílùú lọ wọn ò ṣe nǹkan kan wọn á lérí wọn ò múṣẹ ẹ̀fọ́ bá dọ̀ sí ẹ̀sánfò ó sọ pé tí wọ́n ṣe síbi sẹ́ gbogbo lérí wọn sọ̀nà wọn ṣe gbá wọn ṣàwò kò sí ẹ̀ka tí wọ́n ṣe. So I encourage people both Igbo, Hausa, Ejo, Bini, Calabar to support Aeroland.
Dear Lagosians, my emphasis has been with you, the poor, the downtrodden in our community. I promise if you give me the opportunity to represent you, I will make sure development trickle down. I am Segun Adewale, popularly called Aeroland. I am contesting for Lagos West Senatorial District under the platform of PDP. Collect your PVC, vote for me, vote for true change, not cosmetic change. I am counting on you to make history. A new Lagos West is possible. A new Lagos is possible. Let us join hands together and change the changer.